In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Breathing life into a lifeless form, God created man in his own image. God's Spirit resided in man, a communion between the Creator and the creation. In this beautiful life-giving garden, the man named Adam learned to walk in fellowship with God. Adam then fell into a deep sleep, and God took a rib from his flesh to create a woman so that man would not be alone. She was named Eve. But a crafty serpent seduced them, twisting God's words and causing separation between man and God. Ages after being exiled from the garden, man once again displeased God. A great flood then consumed the entire world, wiping out all traces of man except for Noah and his family, who trusted and believed in God. Even this did not dissuade man. As they repopulated the world, they built a tower to reach the heavens. God saw their wickedness and gave them different languages so they could not communicate with each other. Abraham, a friend of God, was chosen to be the father of many nations. His descendants would be the Israelites, people who would worship God with awe and reverence. Jacob had many sons, but none more favored than Joseph. After being sold into Egypt by his own brothers, God elevated Joseph to second in the land under Pharaoh. After 400 years, a new Pharaoh came to power in Egypt and placed the Israelites in bondage. God then sent Moses to deliver his people. Deadly plagues nearly destroyed Egypt until Pharaoh released Israel to follow their God. Joshua, the servant of Moses, led Israel into battle, conquering then settling in the Promised Land. The legendary Israelite warrior Samson had such physical strength that no one could beat him. After being seduced by a Philistine woman named Delilah, Samson lost his strength. He cried out to God, and it was restored, allowing Samson to kill the Philistines. God used judges like the military leader Gideon and Deborah the prophetess to lead Israel, but the Israelites demanded a king to be like the other pagan nations. King Saul's disobedience cost him his kingdom. Then God rose up a man after his own heart. With 5 stones and a sling, David conquered the Philistine champion Goliath. The people shouted, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s." King David's heir would be King Solomon, the wisest man of all. But even David and Solomon had their faults. David committed adultery with a married woman, then murdered her husband. Solomon disobeyed God and married foreign women, taking on their pagan customs and worshiping their idols. Elijah the Tishbite stood against the wicked queen Jezebel. She had manipulated King Ahab into slaughtering the prophets of God. Elijah's successor, Elisha, received a double portion of God's Spirit. Meanwhile, prophets like Isaiah and Jeremiah prophesied a coming judgment, exile into a foreign power, followed by a redemption and restoration to God. They spoke of a Messiah who would save their people. King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon conquered the Israelites and plundered the temple of God, taking prophets and priests like Ezekiel with them. Nobles and members of the royal family were brought into King Nebuchadnezzar's service. In Babylon, Daniel used his gifts from God to interpret many dreams. With God's favor, Daniel was placed as third in the kingdom by King Darius. Sometime later, Babylon fell to the king of Persia. King Xerxes' queen refused him. He sought another queen and found Esther, a young Jewish woman. After uncovering a plot to kill her people, Esther pleaded with King Xerxes, and he had the conspirators killed instead. After 400 years of silence, wise men in the Far East saw a star signaling the birth of the Messiah, Jesus. He was born in a manger in Bethlehem of Judea. Shepherds in the field ran to see this glorious moment. Once the wise men found the child, they presented gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Jesus grew and began a 3-year ministry that would last for eternity. He healed the sick, mended the broken hearts, and showed the love of God the Father. He taught 12 disciples how to follow in his footsteps. After 33 years, Jesus was crucified on a cross, taking the punishment for the sins all the way back to Adam upon himself. He died so that we could be reconnected with our Creator. 3 days of death led to an eternity of life. Jesus resurrected. Paul, once a religious man and Christian killer, met with Jesus on the road to Damascus, and his life was never the same. He preached Jesus until his last days on this earth. Now it is our turn to go into the world, spread the good news. Jesus is risen. Just as he is ascended to the heavens, so he will return in the clouds, and we who believe in him will be caught up with him in glory and splendor. Fight the good fight, finish the race, keep the faith. Bring others to Jesus Christ our Lord.